Hi, welcome to another swim focus video. We're going to look at trunk today. So how does trunk play affect in our body position, right? So trunk is actually really important in your swim. You could call your trunk, you can call your core, whatever you want to call it. I kind of define it anywhere between kind of shoulders down to your hips. And it includes your core, it includes your back, it includes everything that you're kind of keeping your swimming working as a unit, right? So if you think about when you rotate, your trunk's going to be driving that rotation, right? We don't want to use our neck to rotate. We don't want to use our hands to rotate. That's when we get a crossover, right? So how does your trunk affect your body position, right? So first one we can think of is the horizontal balance, right? So if your trunk is just completely like letting go, you're probably not going to be able to maintain a great horizontal balance, right? You want to be nice and strong, maintain a great posture, right? One visualization tool I use with kids is kind of like a piece of spaghetti, whether it's cooked or uncooked, right? So if it's cooked, you got a terrible core, it's all wiggly. If it's uncooked, nice and strong, you'll be able to move through the water really well. So great posture. Even when you're sitting at your computer thinking about your posture, it's probably going to fatigue you. Think about it in that water. Same idea. If your posture is fatiguing you while you're sitting, do you really think you're going to be able to hold a great line and be able to develop optimal power in the water? Probably not, right? So maintaining that posture is fantastic for our horizontal balance and our body line here. So I'm just going to press play. Let's take a look. This is just a standard swim for myself here. The first thing that I noticed, as I have not swam a ton in the last 10 years, is that my trunk is losing a lot of its connection. So when I try to speed up, I can't maintain that connection as well as I could when I swam. So here, posture's pretty good, right? Alignment's pretty good. So that's what we're looking for. Maintain that posture really tall and proud in the water. Okay. The next component that can really be affected by your stroke is your rotational balance. So as you're rotating, right? So when you rotate, you have to rotate along that axis or along your posture, right? So if your trunk isn't going to be able to hold it, you're probably going to be wiggling and all over the map, right? We don't want to see that. We want to see nice, great position here. One, you're not going to be able to develop power if you don't have it. Two, you're not going to be able to be in a nice streamlined position. Okay, so let's just take a look at some videos here that we can see. Okay, so in this one here, we have a lot of timing issues going on, connections issues going on. So as we go, you can see wiggle in our hips, bouncing back and forth, especially when we take a breath. Lots of crossing over happen. Here's a good example, right? Over rotated, not in control of my stroke, hands are opposite positions, but really this is like part of is this being strong in your core, right? If you have a really strong core, you can hide a lot of mistakes that you do with your hand, but if you have a weak core and you make a mistake, that's really going to be overemphasized, right? So as we have this trunk position here, going to be falling on my back, right? We can see that here, all on my back. We're not going to be able to hold that alignment. Hips are going to be falling back. Okay, so let's just take a look here one more time. And when you have that, the other thing that's going to start happening there, I'm just going to bring my drawing tool up here, wherever it is. If I bring my drawing tool up here, I can actually see I got a wiggle, right? So when I have a wiggle, you can imagine that when you're swimming through the water and you got a wiggle, you've actually created a much bigger profile or front profile when you swim. That's going to create a huge amount of drag, right? So having that core is really important in your body position. For one, just drag and body alignment for horizontal body, rotational body, but two, power development. And we'll just take a quick look at that here through another video. Okay, so now we're looking underwater here, same video we just watched from above water. Now I want you to start to think about how your trunk enables you to develop power, right? One of the first things I talk about is, it's like a rotational sport. You think of like golf or hockey or baseball or even boxing, right? When the body comes in, you're gonna really start using that trunk to kind of develop power, right? One of the things that we can think of is if, say we're having golf, right? And I'm using my rotational balance to drive some power, it goes right through my toes, right? When I swim, my toes are actually going to be the same idea. I'm going to create balance through my kick, balance through my core, right? So when I go to pull, I need to counteract that by creating balance or tension in my core and my kick. So when I go to pull, having an engaged core and a good kick is actually going to be really, really important in your power development. So let's take a look when we don't have that. You can see the core is all wiggly here, and the trunk, or in the catch, there's no power. You can't actually develop any power because your core is going all over the place. If your core is going all over the place, you're not going to be able to get that position that you want to be able to get a pull. Okay? So I'm just going to pause here. Okay, here's a great drill that we do all the time when I'm up, when I'm down kick. It's just something we do to practice. It's great for horizontal balance, great for posture, great for rotational balance. There's not a whole lot of movement. It's a static drill, so it's nice just to work on those positions, what we're feeling. It's not going to be something that's going to work on active motion or active development of those power, but it's going to give you a great feel. So let's just take a look here. So hand down, hips are open, shoulders are open, and we're trying to maintain that alignment all the way through. We're trying not to move at all when we take a breath, but that's going to be a lot better to be able to generate that power when we pull. And here's an example of a lot better body alignment and a lot better trunk coordination that we're able to kind of generate the power through our trunk. We're holding our rotational balance, we're holding our horizontal balance, and see the power that you can actually develop. And watch from the other side. So that's what we're looking for out of the trunk. We're looking for it to be a source of stability, a source of power, and something that connects our entire body. Right? So don't forget about your trunk. If you're at the pool, do some core, do some sit-ups, do some crossovers. Right? Something that's getting the core into it. We like pointers is another one. If you have questions, let us know. Send us a video. We'll be glad to help out with some suggestions that you can do on some drills in the water that'll help. Okay, thanks again.